Let's be honest, the Ford Maverick is built smart, but straight from the factory, it can look a little soft. If you want that aggressive, trail-ready front end that actually turns heads, nothing changes the whole attitude of a truck faster than a solid bull bar. It adds instant muscle, fills out that wide front stance, and gives the Maverick a rugged, frontline armor look that it should have had from day one. This is a Maverick Bull Bar by Maxzina, and today I'm going to show you how to install it and see how well it works. Let's get into it. Hey guys, Ryan here from MavLab, and today we're going to be installing and putting together this bull bar that Maxzina sent over for us. As you can see here, the bull bar comes in a couple different pieces in the box. It also comes with a bag of screws and everything you need to go ahead and get it installed. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is go ahead and prep all of our screws. So we're going to grab our screw here, put on this lock washer, and we're also going to go ahead and put on the normal washer as well. We're going to go ahead and put all of our screws together like this. Go ahead and prep every screw and bolt that comes in the bag. Here you can see me laying out all the washers and everything to go ahead and start doing that. And we'll go ahead and continue doing that.
Yeah, I'm so fresh like the morning.
There are two sizes of bolts in this bag, so here's the smaller one right here. Make sure you go ahead and use the right lock washer and a normal washer combo on these.
You can see me like Illuminati, but I'm shining so bright. Don't come and try to shed some of this light now.
For these mounting stud things, we're gonna have a nut as well as one of those washers from the bag as well, so don't forget to put that on. It'll make installing it a lot easier later.
And you know we ballin' all winter, all summer. Jewelry around my neck is lightning, but I'm all thunder.
Once we have all of our bolts prepped, we want to go ahead and actually start hand assembling everything. Now here I'm not going to use any sort of tools or anything. I just want these finger tight. That way I can maneuver them when I install them on the vehicle and not have them be too tight and mess things up. So here I'm lining up the side of the bull bar with the main frame of it. And I'm going to grab 4 of our prepped bigger screws and go ahead and finger tighten these into place here. There's 2 on each side, so we're going to do the top ones first, and then we'll go ahead and do these bottom ones.
Fish from the lake, they keep saying I'm down to earth, but I'm really out of space. All these women aliens, super foreign, so exotic, hop in the Mercedes Benz, and I got them question like ice pouring the bub.
Once we have them all tightened, we're going to go ahead and move over to the other side and do the same for the other side. The next thing that we're going to do is the mount where it actually connects to the grill of our vehicle. This is pretty simple. We're going to grab 2 of those same bolts we used earlier, go ahead and line this piece up and put both of our bolts in here, and like again, we're going to go ahead and finger tighten them. Once we have the front of the bull bar completely assembled, we're going to want to head outside and take a look at where we're going to mount those studs for the support plates. So I'm going to grab the stud here and find this hole on the front of my Maverick, and we're going to go ahead and slide that in. This is going to be more of a visual enhancement rather than an actual structure one. If you were to hit something with this bull bar, it is like hitting it with the front of your vehicle anyway. This is purely for aesthetics, but I like the way it looks, so we're going to go ahead and keep moving forward. So we have this screw right here that we need to remove on the lariat. On the XLTs, I don't believe this screw is here. This is just an empty hole, but for anything above the XLTs, we're going to want to remove this screw. This will allow us to have our mounting plate fit properly, and we can actually leave this tab in here because the screw that Maxzina provides with this kit actually threads directly into this. So we'll go ahead and push that back in there. Here's me showing you that the screw fits inside of there. It's the perfect, it's like the same threads. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it, and we're actually gonna place this screw through this cylinder looking hole and have that screw in there. So It's easier if you go ahead and put on the nut first and then try to tighten it down on the stud. And then once you have that in, you'll see that this kind of more cylindrical piece lines up with where we took out that screw. We're going to put in our new screw and tighten that down. So after putting in that screw through that cylinder piece, you can see it's a lot more secure now, and we can go ahead and continue tightening the stud that actually holds it to the frame, as well as just making sure that screw is pretty tight. I haven't fully tightened either side yet, but this is both of the plates installed. And now we can go ahead and take a look at the other mounting points for the bull bar. There's gonna be two bolts in your grill. These are gonna be 10mm sockets. So go ahead and grab one of those, break them loose. I wouldn't recommend actually using a socket here, especially if you have this grill design, as it likes to grab it and force you to drop it into your vehicle, like mine did right here. I had to go ahead and take my phone and look for it in there. I ended up finding it, luckily, and of course it's the 10mm, but I was able to retrieve it and reuse it again. We are going to be reusing these screws, so it is important that we don't lose these two. So here we are with the bull bar outside. We're going to go ahead and set it on the black mounting plates and make sure that everything lines up. The next thing that we're going to want to do is go ahead and mount the mounting plates to the bull bar from the bottom. It's honestly easiest if you kind of set your phone down. Be careful not to drop the bolts on your phone though, and use that as like a guide so you can kind of see through it and screw them into the correct place. It might take a little bit of maneuvering around a little bit, especially if you didn't get that stud in the exact right spot. So that's why I said you don't want to tool tighten these yet. You just want to use your finger tightened, so that way you can kind of have a little bit more maneuverability. Now, my license plate holder actually ended up being in the way of this, so I actually had to remove it and move it down a little bit. You'll see what that looks like a little bit later. But once we got that removed, we were able to install the last two bolts in the grill, and that kind of ensures that it's going to be secure. Next, we're going to go ahead and tighten everything that we hand tightened earlier, and just like that, we have our bull bar installed. I think it actually looks really nice, and I'm actually planning on using the bar part of the bull bar later for a different project. It's pretty sturdy. This is before I actually tightened a lot of the pieces, so it's still a little bit wiggly, but the actual frame of it is very sturdy now that we have all four main mounting points, two in the grill, and then the two studs that we put underneath. It's actually holding it very securely. I've actually already been through the car wash a couple times. It's had no issues there. And like I said, in a future video, we're going to be attaching some stuff to this bar to give us some more use out of our Ford Maverick. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out the video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button if you enjoyed it. It helps me out a lot. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.